Hey, Coach Hayes from Coach Hayes Football here. We're in Orlando at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. I'm with my man, Don Chris. What's up, man?
What's up?
Man, who we here with today?
We got Cai Bates in the house.
Cai Bates in the house?
Yes,
Is
sir.
he training?
Absolutely.
I need to see what he's working with. Let's go.
Check it out, Coach.
What's up, baby?
What's up?
I see you putting that work in. You
Yes,
good?
sir. Good.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, we right here with Cai Bates. We finna get it in.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
be right back. All right, we're here with Cai Bates, four-star cornerback, the number 9th cornerback in the country and the 3rd best player in the state of Florida. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
You good, man. All right, man. Glad to have you, man. I really appreciate it. Listen, let's talk about this, man. Cai Bates. Who is Cai Bates?
Really, just a laid-back person, a family person. I love my family. Really do and play sports through other people. So really just playing sports, and a lot of other people are my reason why. So play for my family, play for my mom, my grandma, and just always around friends and family.
So you bring up mom and grandma. How important are they to you? What do they mean to you when you strap up that gear?
My mom and my grandma is really my world. Like, especially my grandma, like she just always trying to find a way like to get out to my games and everything, even though she probably feel like she can't even walk out there, but she always find a way to be the first one out there sitting on the fence, and I can always see her wherever I'm at on the field.
So you call her grandma, big ma, nana. She got to have a nickname. You know how it go.
G-Ma.
G-Ma. Okay, I like that. G-Ma. So G-Ma, she's important in your career. She's always been at all your games, right? When you look over at her at a game, what goes through your mind?
Really just has she been with me through the whole process. Like, she don't even really know anything about football, but she know I'm out there. She know her baby out there, so she always out there, the first one on the fence. Her and my little cousins and my little nieces, they always out there.
So you say her baby, right? So you are grandmama's baby?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now your mom, you say your mom is also very important. What is her role in your game?
She's like my support system. My mom played sports as well. She played basketball. She was a basketball player. Went to University of South Florida. So she don't really understand the whole football thing, but as an athlete, she know like what morals you gotta have and how you go about your game. Like I pray before every game on the field, and prayer like that. Like she always been telling me to say God is with me before every game. So just little things like that always stick with me.
So you say your mom was an athlete, so I know some things she ain't gonna tolerate. She know what it takes. You know, sometimes you gotta grind it out on my son because she's an athlete.
Yes, sir.
But grandma not. Do they get into it about their baby?
Yeah, she do. Like don't go so hard on them and things like that. But my grandma don't understand that. That just come with it, part of the game. And my mom understands that because she went through it. But my grandma, she never really understood it.
So whose side do you pick, ma or grandma?
I really pick my mom's side when it comes to sports.
Okay, I like it. Now I know G-Ma could cook, right?
Oh yeah.
What's the favorite meal? Talk to me. After a game, y'all blow somebody out, you come in, what's that next meal looking like?
I'm gonna have to say either the fried chicken and rice, a dirty rice, or a shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. Well, you went back with that, man. All right, I'm liking that part. Let's get into this part as a person, right? And I look at you, you've grown. What has created your love for this game? Because it's not an easy game. You've been playing for how long now?
Since I was 6 years old.
So 6 years old now. I mean, over a decade you've been playing this game, man. So what makes you love this game for what it is?
Really just the opportunity that I can use it to really change my whole family tree, change my life, and just knowing that I won't be working a job as long as I love it. They say football is a business, and when you get to college and things like that, but as long as you really love what you're doing, you won't feel like you gotta wake up and go to work every day. So I feel like I'd rather do this than work a 9 to 5, so I'm gonna give it all I got.
All right, so speaking of that, and we talk about you as a person, you gotta be able to do something after this game. I don't call it a plan B. I call it a retirement plan because at some day you're gonna hang the cleats up, whether you have an opportunity to play for 3 years or like Tom Brady play till you're 45, eventually the cleats will be in the closet. What do you plan on doing after that?
I'm going to college for communications and broadcasting, so I feel like I want to be able to do like podcasts with former athletes and talk on like ESPN, things like that, and just have athletes come in that I've known, grown up with, and people that I probably met along the way, played with, and just really speak about their experience as an athlete and just really get a real look into what it is through an athlete. Like a lot of people see like the outsides of an athlete, but you don't really see what athletes go through every day and like the struggles and things like that. So just really have a chance to get down to earth with athletes.
So apparently I gotta pay attention because I got competition already on its way. Matter of fact, you already hired, so I done hired the competition. Let's go and get that out the way. But straight up, man, let's talk to you now as a person, man, outside of football a little bit. Let's learn about you. What do you like to do when you're not strapped up and locked in? What does Cai Bates like to do outside of football?
Really, I spend a lot of time with my family. Like my little nieces, I'm with them all the time, playing on the trampoline, things like that. Just make sure I spend good time with them. Cause they always been there for me. And with my friends, like we go paintballing a lot, just things like that. Just stepping away from football, just in the house playing the game with teammates, Madden tournaments, things like that, listening to music, things like that.
Now, I've done a lot of these interviews, and a lot of these players think they Madden champions. What's your rank? Now, Assad Waseem, who plays at Colorado, said he's the best player on Madden. Didn't he say in the state of Florida?
He said in the state of Florida. I feel like me and Assad got to line it up in the Madden one time.
So you any good, or you just like, I just like to play?
I'm the best player in the state in any game.
So hold up. You number 2 in receiving and number 1 player digitally on the game?
Digital games, I'm number. Let me make it clear. Number 1 Madden player in the state.
Number 1 Madden player in the state of Florida. I need proof of that.
Out of athletes.
Out of athletes, okay.
I seen that interview, so I feel like we got to line up.
Y'all ain't never strapped it.
No, we ain't never played it in Madden.
Now here go the best thing, right? They got the internet. You don't have to be in the same. See, when I grew up, I had to literally be in the same room and me and you looking at the same TV. Now they got the internet. You could literally play aside. He in Colorado, you here in Orlando. What's taking so long, my man? I think you scared or he scared?
Nah, I'm on the Xbox. I think he on the PlayStation. So I'm gonna have to get it so we can play.
All right. So apparently a lot of things I've noticed you said you like to do outside of football are still competitive things, right? Paintballing, playing Madden. It still has a competitive edge to it. Are you a true competitor?
Oh yeah, I live for competition. I feel like we would joke around in the weight room, like me and my teammates, like, oh, you slipped up, you did 7 reps, we had 8. I'm gonna get all 8 just because you messed up on one. So just competitive and just having fun. I feel like it's fun.
Now, you born and raised here in Orlando?
I was born in Alabama. I grew up here my whole life in Carver Shores, though. Before I could think for myself, I was in Florida. So anybody ask me, I'm a Florida boy.
It is, man. You're a Florida boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What does Florida mean to you, man? You're making your decision to go to LSU, but what does this city and what you potentially gonna be leaving behind for the next 3-4 years, what does Orlando mean to you as a city?
Really, me growing up here and just all the people, like my immediate family's from here. Like my mom's side of the family is from Orlando, Florida. My mom went to Evans, went to Robbinswood and everything like that. So just my immediate family and all the support that I have here and just knowing that Florida is really, in my opinion, we the football state. So when you think about Florida, you think about football. And I know a lot of people think about South Florida, but Orlando, we got some ball players. Like Central Florida, we got some ball players coming out of here. And I just feel like the pipeline for college football comes through here. So I just feel like being able to go out and come from here to go to Death Valley, I just feel like it'll really be a big opportunity for me. Just bringing my talents like that Florida for me, bringing it to another school.
So as a player, right, when you strap on that helmet, it's a Friday night, coach done gave you the let's win one for the Gipper speech, right? What's going through your mind at this point?
Really just trying to focus in, get all my teammates focused, make sure we all on the same page, and just get ready to go out and make plays.
A lot of players listen to music prior to a game. Are you one of those guys?
Yes, sir.
Who's on the mic right now? I press play on the phone. Who's on there?
I'll say before a game, it's different type of vibes you gotta have. Like before a game, I say I'm going like Lil Baby, J-Dot, but my favorite artist, like overall of them, is Kendrick Lamar. But you know, sometimes he don't got that game day vibe, so you gotta listen to like other artists that really get you really turned up for a game, like YoungBoy, things like that.
NBA YoungBoy? Yeah, that boy out there, YoungBoy, and for real. But anyway, so now that you had that in, you get your teammates in, so apparently you tell them you got some leadership qualities.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about those leadership qualities. What does it take to be a leader on your team?
You really just gotta realize that everybody's watching you. Even when you're not saying anything to them, that they're gonna watch how you act, how you treat people around you, how you treat the people that can't do anything for you. And just making sure we all on the same page. Like if you notice before the games, me and all my teammates pray on the 20. So we just make sure we do that. Just little things that they follow me with.
Now, let me ask you about practice a little bit, right? Everybody likes to talk about game day, but how important is practice to you as a player?
Especially practice is really important. Just knowing that you're preparing for Friday, and if you do it over and over in practice, it won't be new to you when it comes to the game. It's not like you're just throwing in the fire. You won't be just really overstimulated. So I just feel like as long as you prepare the right way, you should have the confidence coming into the game.
You're listed now as a cornerback. You started off as a wide receiver. When was that transition made for you to go to cornerback?
I knew I was going to play cornerback eventually during the season, but I dabbled and dabbled in a few games and played a few snaps during the mid-season, but really playing full games was the 2 first games of the playoffs. We played Tampa Bay Tech in the second round. Third round, we played Jones. Tampa Bay Tech game, I had 3 interceptions in one game and 5 pass breakups. So that was one game. We played Tampa Bay Tech. And then after that, we played Jones. I had another interception in that game.
Hold on. You got to stop, player. Hold on. Don't just skip passes like you ain't say something big here. You a 4-star cornerback committed to LSU.
Yes, sir.
And you only played 2 full games at cornerback the last 2 games of the season, the first and second round, or the second and third round of the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
And you walked out with a total of 4 interceptions and what?
And 5 pass breakups.
So 4 interceptions, 5 PBUs.
5 pass breakups in that one game, 7 pass breakups in total.
So 7 pass breakups in 2 games total.
Yes, sir.
And Coach Kelly and them boys say, hey, come on, be a Tiger, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get into that. I'm going to go back. I just didn't want you to skip over that because I know what I heard. I thought you had been playing that the entire season.
No, sir.
Okay, because I look at your highlight tape and like I said, you got enough footage on there where I'm thinking it's several games, not realizing it's only really 2 teams, plus I'm dibble and dabble against some other guy. And you've been playing wide receiver pretty much your whole life.
My whole life, right.
How was that transition there? Like you say you knew you were gonna do it, but how do you mentally transition from the receiver to the cornerback position and excel at it?
I really say playing receiver made it a lot easier for me to play DB. Just knowing all the training that I had for receiver is basically kind of just doing it backwards, and like all the habits, body language, and splits, cutting splits, downs, and formations. It's basically like a cheat sheet pretty much. If you really pay attention and really hone in on what you were taught at receiver, it kind of just puts you ahead of the game at DB from a mental aspect.
So we ain't talking about this too now. They talking about cornerbacks don't like to tackle, and wide receivers, y'all little prima donnas sometimes, right? Yeah. But you got to tackle some guys. Is that new? Was that new to you or what?
It wasn't new to me.
Oh, you like to
I
thump?
played Little League football, like everybody banging, like little bobbleheads with the helmets on, everybody banging. So it wasn't nothing new to me.
Cause you got some pretty good hits on your highlight tape. You ain't shying away from contact. I put it to you like that. That's good, man. That's awesome. So let me ask you this: that very first start that you go into this game, this very first start. Again, it's a playoff game, right? You lose that, you go home, right? Helmets to the left, shoulder pads to the right. Everybody knows that. What is your mindset? Like, what happens in that helmet that says, all right, here we go, baby. I ain't just dibbling, dabbling. I ain't giving a guy a break because he's tired. I'm the man right now. Talk to me.
Really just knowing my team was dependent on me. Like that start, we had a senior, got a 2-game suspension, but I was actually planning on playing DB that game also because they had a bigger receiving core. So had to really match up numbers to numbers and really from a size standpoint. And just knowing that that team that we were expected to play had one of the best receiving cores like in that area. So just knowing that it was really do or die. So really just came in focused.
And you had 3 picks that first game.
3 picks.
You was a little bit more than focused, boy.
Focused.
You was on some old supernatural type stuff, man. Which they got a good receiving core. They in the first round of the playoff, and this is your first start, and you walk out with 3 picks, man. If that don't grab anybody's attention, I don't know what does, man. Let me ask you this: when it comes to being a player out here, and you started very young. What was it like when you first? I'm kind of go back a little bit. What was it like when you first played football, like contact? If you can remember that far back.
My first time playing football, I was 6 years old. my first year ever, I played with the Panthers in the City League in the fairgrounds. My first time playing football, I played center. That was my first position. For real.
You was snapping
I
it?
played center. And my second year playing football, I left the City League and I went to East Orlando Thunder. And that was when I started playing quarterback, receiver. Pretty much like everybody played almost every position in Little League. So went there.
So why they try you at center, dog?
I
You
don't know
look,
why they
you
try.
was chubby back then or
I
something?
wasn't chubby. I was always skinny. Always a little skinny kid. But I mean, I guess I came out late and I just had to prove myself. So I guess they had to throw me in the fire and they needed a center, so I played center.
Well, one thing I can tell you based on what you're telling me, you a ball player. You went from center to wide receiver, and in probably the most important 2 games of Orlando Edgewater's career is they put you at corner and say, go get it, man.
Yes, sir.
Talk real quick about Coach Duke, Coach Cameron Duke at Edgewater. He's done a great job. You guys have had some very good players come out of there, notably C.J. Baxter just here recent. C.J. Baxter is going to is at Texas right now. Talk a little bit about Coach Duke and your experience there with the Eagles.
Really, when I came in my freshman year, they're really welcoming and they just instilled confidence in me the whole time. Like I felt like they really believed in me, so I didn't have to doubt myself when I went out there on the field. I feel like the coaches really had utmost faith in me. And Coach Duke, he's really a coach. He's gonna coach you hard in football as long as you do what you got to do, and he gonna give you 100%. But he lets you know that you're more than a football player. He said football is what you do, not who you are. So he tells us that every day. He makes sure that we know that he really cares about you more than a person and a football player.
Man, and I know he does a mission overseas. Have you been a part of those?
Yes, sir. I went twice. I've been going since my freshman year.
Good. And you talked about religion and faith here a couple of times as we've had this conversation. And again, I know Coach Duke is big with that as well. What does religion and your faith mean to you as you play such a violent game?
Really just everything. I've been playing since I was a kid, and my mom been telling me, make sure you say God is with me, God is with me every time before the game. Say it twice. And I pray before every game on the 20, and just knowing that from a physical standpoint, I got that spiritual protection as well. So just knowing that I go out there and I have a peace of mind and I'm protected wherever I'm at.
I love it, man. The words of Drake, he said, say it twice so I know you meant it. And that's exactly what that means, man. So that's good stuff, and that's what you need, because people don't realize how deep of a sport, and it's a combat sport, literally. You know what I mean? You cool today, and the next play is, it is what it is. I don't like to put that out there, but we all know what the risks are involved, man. All right, so now you've committed to LSU, right? As a prospect, you come in. Let's go back a little bit in your time here. When did you receive your very first college offer?
My first offer was actually on my grandmother's birthday, my sophomore year. It was actually Indiana University. That was my first offer.
Indiana, all right, that's good. How did you feel? And how did you find out? And how did you feel when you received it?
I didn't know how to feel. I was so excited. Like me and my mom, I first called with the head coach, and I was excited. I didn't know how to feel.
So the head coach calls you on the phone at home?
Yes, sir, me and my mom.
All right, and he says, hey, listen, Cai Bates, I want you to come be a Hoosier.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't know what to do, right?
I didn't know what to do.
What'd your mom say? She was an athlete. What did she do?
Excited. Like she just really a weight off her shoulders, just knowing like she don't have to pay for college at the end of the day.
So now, once that started, when did the floodgates open up as a now you're a Division I prospect, right? Got your first offer, and usually once that first offer comes in, the floodgates open. What happens at this point? Who's next, and kind of just how does it go?
I'm getting recruited for receiver at that point. Then I actually got my first defensive back offer from South Carolina before going into my junior season. And I didn't really have any DB film at all. I went out there and I had a camp out there at South Carolina.
And you played DB at the camp?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Went out there at South Carolina. Coach T. Gray, he offered me there. And from then, I really was still playing receiver. And then my whole recruitment just flipped over to defensive back. So
once South Carolina said, hey, I want you as a DB, and they must have gotten that footage some kind of way, I don't know, but when you went on this camp tour, let me go back and talk about that. As you went on these different camps, were you solely playing DB, playing both, or what?
Playing receiver. Through the bus tour, I was playing receiver. Went through the whole junior season, like I said, dibbling dabbling in a few games. Through the camps, I was doing receiver the whole time. But South Carolina, they offered me, and they was like, "Oh, we really believe that you could play defensive back. Just come up in camp and show us that." So I went up to that camp, played a little bit of DB out there, and really solidified my offer there.
So let's get into this part. As you go through this prospecting, a lot of people are going to watch this, and a lot of people want to literally be in your shoes. But those shoes get heavy real quick, right? These coaches are relentless. They don't care. Now that they have cell phones, they got instant access. They can tweet you. They can Twitter you. They can Instagram you. They can DM you. They can call you. They can do all of those kind of things. As the good book say, you got faith, right? Be careful what you ask for, because he'll give it to you. You asked for it and they gave it to you, right? How many offers did you have all around the board?
In total, 46.
So now you got 46 different schools calling for Cai Bates, and I need that talent. How do you handle that?
Really, in all honesty, you got to find your own time, because in this situation, this is the only thing that you can control. Sometimes it get hectic. I know everybody really recruitment is different, but when you get to a certain level, it really gets crazy. Coaches every hour of the day. If they can't get to you, they're trying to get to your mom, your head coach,
G-Mom?
anybody, G-Mom. G-Mom don't pick up the phone. She not having it. So, I mean, they really just try and get to you through every way, and sometimes you just got to put the phone down and really get some time to yourself.
So as we go through this recruitment process, like you said, you try to stay focused. All of this hype is coming. The stars are starting to move. You fell with the 4-star? You a 5-star? What? Talk to me about these stars right quick.
I feel like by the end of this season, I want to have my 5th star. I feel like I got a lot more to prove.
As you go now, right, and you start to look at all these letters and all of these offers you have, you've narrowed it down to 7. Who were those 7 schools that you had narrowed your list down to?
It was Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, Florida State, Colorado, Ohio State, and Texas A&M.
So out of all of those schools, of course, we know you picked LSU. I get it, right? Go Tigers. But who would have been the other 2 would have made it kind of the final 3 before you made your final decision?
Tennessee and Alabama.
So Tennessee and Alabama. Before I get into that, when did you make that decision prior to your commitment saying, okay, I know LSU is a school? How far out were Alabama and Tennessee away from, like, was it a toss-up or was it like, I'm going to LSU?
It was close. In all honesty, it was close. It was a really stressful decision, like probably one of the most stressful decisions I ever had to make in my life. Just knowing you really can't go wrong with any other schools, but then you got to really get away from the glitz and glams of the official visit, because you come off your official visit, they got you feeling good. Like
everybody got nice stuff, right?
They got you feeling good. Like maybe I should come, but you got to really take your time and really let it die down, and so you can think about it and really look into the facts and really go through all the details of each school.
So let's talk Alabama right now. As we know, Nick Saban there, big defensive back guy, literally puts guys in the league each and every year at defensive back, and they continue to play. Talk about Alabama real quick in their recruitment process, and what is it like talking to Coach Nick Saban?
He a businessman at the end of the day, but Alabama came a little bit after my junior season, before spring season started, and just knowing that regardless of if a DB coach come and go, because in college coaches come and go, but just knowing that if you go there, Coach Saban, he the DB coach at the end of the day, so that's a big stability standpoint. You really don't have to worry about wherever or what if the coach that recruited me leave. You know that Saban gonna be there and he gonna try and bring in the best each time.
Yeah, because T-Rob, who's the DB coach, he's a Florida boy. He's from Miami, so I know you guys had a little connection in there, and I totally understand that, right? Let's get now to Tennessee, right? Coach Josh Heupel comes from here at UCF, did an excellent job, takes the job now up there at Tennessee. You also know now the starting quarterback at Tennessee is Joe Milton, who's from here, Orlando, right, as well. Had the opportunity, he played for me here when I coached here at high school. And we got a couple other guys. John Campbell is now up there, who plays at Dr. Phillips High, who played at Dr. Phillips High School, is now up there, and quite a few other guys. What did Tennessee offer that put them in the final 3?
Really, the culture of the program, and just knowing that it's a lot of people outside of football that are going to look out for you. And just knowing that Coach Heupel, he came in and really changed the whole trajectory of the program. Just knowing that a lot of guys that play for him, they really put their life on the line for Coach Heupel. They really care about him. He really cares about you as a person as well.
Yeah, and so when you make those recruits, you went on a visit, they got beautiful facilities. I think they dump millions every 2 years into it. It's something ridiculous, man. Let's go and get to the LSU Tigers, right? Coach Brian Kelly's first year, last year, 10-win team. You headed to Louisiana, baby. So talk to me. What is about LSU that said, okay, this is it. I'm a Tiger?
I'd say the culture. Really the culture, and it's a lot of people around there that look like me. Coach Robert Steeples had a great relationship with him through the whole thing. He came through, let me know that I was a priority to him, to the whole program as well, and just went through and knowing that's somewhere I feel like I would be comfortable at. And even growing up, I used to watch the Patrick Peterson mixtapes, the Tyrann Matthew mixtapes.
Yeah, the Honey Badger, baby.
Yeah, so, and really just knowing that people there really look out for me as more as a person as well, especially because they feel like they can relate to me on a deeper level, really than football. And just through the whole process, it was consistent. The consistency of the program through my whole process.
So Louisiana, right? Southern state. They talk a little Creole out there. It's good. They got excellent food, man, right? Got excellent food. But what is it about LSU? Like I said, I hear that piece, but what else outside of the university do they bring that makes Cai Bates a better person?
I really say networking. Just a lot of people you can network with. You got a lot of great people that went to the school, and you can get out in the community and really put an impact on other kids that really want to do the same thing that you're doing, and just really get a chance to get out there and really put an impact on a lot of kids. And I can come back to my city and do the same thing.
Real quick before you get there, LSU is really the only major Power 5 program in the state. And I know they pride themselves kind of on that deal, right? And so what does Brian Kelly, as a coach, what does he bring coming from Notre Dame for so many years? What do you think he's going to bring to LSU to get you guys back on top? Because just a few years ago, arguably the best team in college football, besides my Hurricanes. Sorry, I had to throw that in there, my 0-1 team. But arguably the 2019 with Joe Burrow and those guys. What is Coach Brian Kelly going to do to get this team back on top?
I really feel like he's going to instill a lot of confidence into the program and just really bring back a winning tradition. He really believes in all the players, and he cares for them really well. And I feel like as long as they feel like the person that they're playing for cares about them, they're going to go out and give it their all. He's going to bring the best around them too. Like I feel like Coach Steeples, he really is solidifying his spot, and he played in the league as well. He played for the Vikings, so he can teach you from a player standpoint as well.
As we wrap this interview up, I want to know, as well as the LSU fans want to know, what does Cai Bates bring to Death Valley?
I'm coming into DBU. I'm confident. I'm coming in as a playmaker, and I'm just coming in every game, and I'm not going to disappoint. Go Tigers.
4-star Orlando Edgewater cornerbacks Cai Bates
has blown up on the recruiting trail since the beginning of the spring.
6'2", 185 pounds, and is ranked #3 cornerback in the state of Florida.